All right, how's it going everybody? Hope you're doing well. Today is going to be kind of an interesting video. I'm actually reviewing and unboxing Ariana Grande's Cloud. This is a 30 milliliter eau de parfum that I picked up at Marshall's for around $25. Although they actually mispriced it. It's usually around $19.99. So first off, why am I reviewing a women's fragrance? Well, as many of you may know, this particular fragrance is actually a clone, and a pretty good one apparently, of Mason Francis Kirkjohn's Baccarat Rouge 540, which is a unisex fragrance. It's very sweet, of course, yes, and I've smelled it a million times. Pretty decent fan of it. I like it. I've actually cloned it myself. It's a pretty easy clone. But it is a unisex fragrance, and so I figured, hey, no matter what the kind of the packaging and the general the idea of who they're marketing for is going to be, the juice that they're trying to recreate is in the end unisex. So I figured I would give it a try. I've smelled the body spray before at just regular stores, so I'm sure it's going to be similar to that, if not pretty much the same. And then of course I know Baccarat Rouge by heart, so we'll see if it's a good clone, we'll see if it's worth buying, and we'll see if it's actually unisex and not really just a women's fragrance. So this scores pretty well on Fragrantica, 4.04 out of 5, which is good. It was released in 2018. The nose of it is a relatively unknown perfumer. The top notes are lavender, pear, and bergamot. The middle notes are whipped cream, praline, and coconut. So whipped cream, praline, coconut. All they're really saying is, coconut and whipped cream. That comes from methyl laetone, right? Which is a crystalline powder, but they're usually putting it in something like DPG. And so it creates kind of a creamy, coconutty smell to it. And then praline, this sugary praline, that's the ethyl maltol, of course, right? And then vanilla orchid is another one of the middle notes. Not sure what they're using for that. And then base notes of musk and woodsy notes, okay? So let's, without further ado, let's give it a try. See what we got here. So yeah, 30 mil. You can actually find this for cheaper on it's actually not cheaper, sorry, at like Fragrance Net or any of the discounters. It's actually the cheapest at a real retail store. Yeah, $19.99 is how much the 30 mil usually is, and on Fragrance Net it's gonna be more like $40 or $50 even, actually. So yeah, I was impressed by the price, and I was like, hey, I might as well give it a try. And worst comes to worst, my girlfriend can just wear it, so we'll see. So the container itself is actually really nice. It's got this nice like shimmer to it, and then of course it has the beautiful Ariana Grande on the back. So I'm expecting it to smell, obviously like Baccarat Rouge, but maybe a more playful, young feminine take on it, but we'll see. So it says a white puffy cloud of your very own to hold your dreamy new fragrance. Okay, that's kind of promising. All right, and here it is. So right out of the box, it's a little bit off-centered, but it's in like a holder. See, so this cloud is actually like a holder for it. It's made out of like a rubberized sort of a plastic, which actually has a nice heavy feel to it. It says Ariana Grande on it. And then the container itself, here we go, is glass, nicely made, nice clear juice, with a straight stem and a little bit of bowing on the bottom piece of glass, which you guys know that I don't really usually appreciate. Even though it's aesthetic to have a stem that goes straight down, it doesn't actually get most of the juice, especially if there's slight bowing at the bottom of the container. That's okay. So then let's take a look at the cap. The cap is a clear plastic cap, very solid though. It's actually a nice resin, so that's nice. And then the collar and the atomizer itself are both metal, so that's good. So far so good. I actually like the build of it, and it's surprisingly nice for, just for like a pretty much something aimed at young teens, I would assume. you know, her fan base. So yeah, let's give it a spray and let's see what we think of it. Decent atomizer, actually. It takes a little bit more pressure than I would have thought, but not a bad atomizer. Ah, yes, and of course, okay, there it is. Very sweet. It's an ethyl maltol bomb, and a lot of ethyl vanillin and vanillin in that too. Very nice, sweet, sugary vanilla. And it has that sort of certain, sort of a stuffiness that the real Baccarat Rouge also has, that they did quite well. And I think part of it might be due to galaxolide, which is a musk that gives sort of a softness, but also almost a stuffiness, a fuzziness to the fragrance. If you've ever worked with galaxolide, it's a very special material. I just ordered some more of it, actually. Yeah, very nice. Mainly ethyl maltol. Some of the vanilla. I don't get much pear at all, really. I don't get much lavender at all, really. So that's another thing I kind of wanted to talk about with this fragrance. So when you look on Fragrantica at the notes and at the general build of what this fragrance is supposed to smell like, and then you look at Baccarat Rouge 540, they're totally different on the website. And then when you smell them, they're the same. So it kind of leads you to wonder how much of the notes that they throw in there are pretty much just for, you know, for the fan base to look at and think, okay, you know, this is what it's going to smell like, and it's sort of the I guess the advertising magic of it, you know, because really they're very close to each other, but the whole twist of it is like, this is going for whipped cream and praline and sugar and all this like wonderful stuff that all the teenage girls are gonna like. And then of course the MFK, you know, the Baccarat Rouge, it's gonna be a little bit more, you know, kind of refined, something that adults would like. But in the end, it's just advertising, you know? It's the same freaking thing. I really like it. I personally really like it. I think that it's unisex. I was worried that it was gonna go a little bit too far with maybe some of the florals or something like that. They added a little twist on it, but no, it's pretty much just a clone. I would say like, just from memory, probably 90%, yeah, probably around 90 or so percent similar to the real Mason Francis Kurkdjian. And so there's a lot of clones out there because, like I said, this is an easy one to clone. Just throw a ton of ethyl maltol on something and that gives that sugary toffee, you know, sweetness. And then the other little things are really tangential. They're just kind of adding a finishing touch to it, really. You can do pretty much whatever you want. I actually made a twist on it earlier today with just a lot more cedar. You know, I wanted a kind of a sweet cedar fragrance just to be going out in the fall time, you know. So there's a lot out there. I don't have any of the other ones. I know that there's one called, I believe it's called Anna Abidie or something. I'm definitely butchering the name. It's from Latafa Fragrances, I believe. Pretty much every house has a Baccarat Rouge clone because from a perfumer standpoint, it's gonna be a nice solid one that you can pretty easily make a decent clone of, and it's gonna smell pretty much the same because in the end, it's a very simple fragrance. So I think they did a really good job. I like the presentation. I like the smell of it. It is sweet, you know, it is sweet, and some people kind of assume that, you know, they kind of, you know, feel like that's a little bit more feminine, and that's okay, you know, maybe it is, but I don't mind wearing sweet fragrances. So if you're a guy and you're looking into it, or you're looking into one of the clones, it doesn't have to be this one. I would recommend checking out the clones of the other clones of Baccarat Rouge, because yeah, they're all going to be super sweet, but I think, you know, you could definitely pull it off, and it smells nice. So yeah, I would recommend it. Overall, I would give this a 9 out of 10, especially for the price. I got this for pretty cheap. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know this one might be sort of a polarizing one, so let me know what your opinions are on this whole, you know, is it unisex? Is it, Is it okay for a guy to wear ones that are traditionally, you know, kind of more feminine fragrances, or does that even matter? Yeah, tell me what you guys think. I'm interested on this one because I know, you know, not everybody really agrees on it, but I like it personally. I'll, you know, on the days I don't wear it, you know, I can always just give it to my girlfriend to wear. But yeah, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. It really helps the channel. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.